Okay, so I'm trying to remember my partner. So, me and Tracy got married 1983. We separated 1986. Terrence was born 83. Tan, Mary was, no. Terrence was born 83. Chandra was born 84. Mary was born 85. 86. So after Mary was born in 85, after Mary was born, which was July, me and Tracy separated. Sometime in 85 we separated. No, sometime in 86. So Mary's 1 year old. Mary's 1 year old, and Tandra's 2 years old, and Terrence is 3 years old when me and Tracy separated. So they was toddlers. So now, we was living at 558 Bainbridge. There was a fire in 1986. We went to Red Cross. We went into the shelter. Dad, what was the apartment? I think I remember. Thank you, Holy Ghost. We moved to Saddam Street. So now 84. No, we couldn't go to Saddam Street. 85, because I had to go to the Bronx. Because when we went to Saddam Street, I had Danielle. Okay. That's when ACS started coming into my life. Okay. So 1986, we went to the Red Cross. From the Red Cross, we went to the Bronx. Right. So I went to the Bronx. That's how I got connected to Section 8. Because you couldn't move into a minute. That's when Section 8, I guess that's when Section 8 opened up. Came in effect, besides Niger. So because I was trying for, right, thank you, Holy Ghost. I was applying for Niger, which is New York City Housing Authority apartment, and I was trying out for Section 8. I was already told, my worker already told me that I wasn't going to get the apartment for housing because housing doesn't take a catastrophe person. Anybody that starts, that is eligible to start an issue in their housing, they won't put them in there. So since the fire was deemed that it was started from within my house, I couldn't get. I was denied for Niger, but I got accepted. I got accepted for Section 8. So the first acceptance of Section 8 was in 1985. Right? Well, I ain't gonna say 1985 because the fire was in 1989. So 1985, 86, 87, 88, 89. Mary was 4. No, that was 4 years after Mary was born. So Mary was 4 years old. Tandra was 5. And Terrence was 6. Okay? So we went into the shelter in 1986. So we stayed into that Red Cross shelter for about a year. 1987, 88, we went to the Bronx, right? We stayed at the Bronx 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. For 4 years, I was in the Bronx because Danielle was conceived in 1992. I was going to school, I was working, all that stuff. So 1992, I found out I was pregnant. Well, she was born in 1992, but 1991, I found out I was pregnant. I had to quit school, all that stuff. When I say school, I mean college. I was going to Monroe College. So 1992, Danielle was born. 1991, or it wasn't even 19. It had to be 1989 because Gaga died. But Gaga died in 80. If she died in 89, I was still at 558 Bainbridge. So I couldn't have went to, yeah, that's right. She died in Gaga died in 1989. The fire was in 1989. I went to the Red Cross, so I was only in there for about a year. 89, 90. I went to the Bronx. I guess I met Danielle's father I had to meet him in 1990, between 89 and 90. Because I stayed in the Bronx those times. So during the time that I was pregnant, up to 3 months, I went to school. After the 3 months, I realized I couldn't. I had a really complicated pregnancy with Danielle. So I got up and I left the apartment. And I'm pregnant now. So I'm about 3 months pregnant. So that's into the 1990s, right? 91. Had to be 91. I went to the shelter. And I went to the shelter. I had to come all the way to the Bronx to go to PATH. And then from PATH, I went. They sent me to. I remember being in the shelter a little bit, and they sent me to. Okay, after the Bronx, I had to go to Saddam Street because I got Danielle now, and Danielle was little. No. Before I went to Saddam Street, I was in a shelter in Manhattan. It's called a Castle. So I stayed all the way there, and I gave birth to Danielle in that shelter. Brought her home, and then from there, I went to Queens, right? I went to Queens. Now Danielle is 90, she was born 1992. So I went to Queens. I stayed from 1992, 93, 94, 93 and 94. Because my father died in 1994. No, my father died in 1993. My father died in 1993. And now I'm living in the Bronx. Because I'm pregnant. No, now I'm in the shelter because I'm pregnant. So he died while I was still pregnant. I'm in a Bronx shelter. Yeah, I remember that. Once he died, I got his money. So now I'm buying my stuff. I bought my stereo. I bought my microwave. I think it was my stereo and my microwave. That's the main thing I bought. And it was in the shelter because they was begging me not to turn it out because it would blow off. It would blow out the lights. So from that shelter in the Bronx, they took me to Queens. And that's when I was at Saddam Street. And Danielle is little. So at Saddam Street, I got Danielle. Danielle's already born and whatever the case may be. Already born. Yeah, because Danielle was there. Yeah, Danielle was born already. So I moved to Saddam Street. And I stayed at Saddam Street. And I stayed to Saddam Street until she was born 1992, 93, 94. At Saddam Street, my father died. At the shelter, my father died. I moved to Saddam Street. I got the checks, whatever. I went and add mommy on, all that stuff, while I'm at Saddam Street. Mommy died in 1995. I'm at Saddam Street. Now I'm going through depression, everything. I leave. No. All that's at Saddam Street. Mommy died. Mommy died in 1995. Upon her death, I'm going through all this stuff. Now it's time. After she dies, I got to get out of there. I move. So I leave. Now I leave from there. Right? I'm trying to think when I was working. Because I think when I got my job and was working, it was before I moved to Saddam Street. But anyway, let me go on. We ain't talking about the job. We're trying to keep up with the apartments. So I moved from Saddam Street to Argyle. So I'm trying to think where I was. Yeah, that's how it was. I left from Saddam Street and was looking for apartments, so I didn't have to go into a shelter. Once we went to court, we had a mediator, and the mediator was telling me I didn't have to move if I didn't want to, but I wanted to move. So the mediator told the landlord she got to give me time to move. So I think it took me about a year. I'm back and forth looking for apartments. I finally found the apartment on Malcolm X Boulevard. So I moved to Malcolm X Boulevard. And Danielle was about 6 years of age. Because the kids was taken from me from Saddam Street. Because when she got her finger stuck in the door, that caused the cops to come in. The cops came in, took the kids, and then I had to go on to jail. Did I get locked up? No, I didn't get locked up. No, I think I did get locked up. I think they locked me up. They didn't lock me up. Once they realized that everything was good, right. I didn't get locked up for child abuse because they deemed that out. So they deemed that to neglect. So now I'm at Argyle Road. With Pastor Glover, all that other stuff. So I stayed to Argyle Road for 15 years. So I moved. There we go. Thank you, Holy Ghost. I moved from the shelf from Saddam Street in 1993. 1994, 95, no, 1995, 96, 97, 98, 99. I must have stayed at Saddam Street for 92, because what's her name was born 1992. I must have stayed for 1992 because Daniel was already born when I moved there. So I must have moved there in 1993. So 1993, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000. 2001, 2, 3. But I don't think I stayed at Saddam Street for 10 years. Because I moved to Argyle Road in 2000. No, I moved to Argyle Road in 1993. And I had to leave in 2003. And then right. Because we had to fire in 2003. Okay, so wait a minute. 1992. No, I couldn't have moved from 1993 because I was there when Mommy died. So I had to move 1995 because Mommy died in 1995. So I moved there maybe 1996, something like that, 1997. So I moved from there and I went to Argyle Road, I'm going to say 1994. So I went from 1994. Now, once I got to 1994, I had Section 8, I had all that. They closed my Section 8 case while I was at Argyle Road. So because they got that I got, here they say that my Section 8 admission date was 1994. So 1994, I was transferring from Saddam to Argyle. So I stayed from 1994, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 1, 2, 3. I stayed to Saddam Street, to Argyle Road until 2003. Right? And once I left Argyle Road, I went to 183 because I didn't go into the shelter because I wasn't put out. Section 8 stopped paying and would no longer pay because there was electrical fire. So being that I had little kids in there, I had to move out. So I moved out in 2003. I stayed at Argyle Road for 9 years. And I left in 2003 and I found 183. And I stayed at 183 from 2003 to 2015. 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 12 years. And once I left 2015, I had to go into the shelter. I stayed in the shelter for a year. From 2015. No. No, it wasn't even 2015. I didn't leave till 2018. Okay. So 2015, wait a minute, 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Because I left 2018. June of 2018. So that was 10, 11, 12. That was 15 years I stayed there. And once I left there, I went into the shelter in 2018. And now I'm where I am now, in the Bronx. Back into the Bronx, 2019. But I wasn't in the shelter 18, 19, 20. So I was in the shelter a year. So June of 2018 to June of 2019. And I was moving here. Wow. I was hoping I would finally go through my apartment. So it was 558 Bainbridge. It was Bronx, 183rd Morris. And they gonna pick up this bus. I think they gonna pick up this bus. So it was Bainbridge. Then it was the shelter. Then it was the Bronx, because the Bronx was the first apartment I went into. And I went into the Bronx from the Red Cross. After the Bronx, it was Argyle Road. After Argyle Road, it was 83. 183. After 183, it was here. So that is the story of my apartments.